All right, we're back, and the party is just been informed by Brewmaster Yawlin that whatever deal was going to happen here between him and Augur Seventh Cousin is done. He just returns and he says, "Yep, it's finished. The deal is done." And he, just clean-shaven little man that he is, he just nods, and he was just going to nod and turn to leave and go back out because it's only 6 o'clock in the evening. He's going to go down to the tavern here. Because you guys I have you guys all up in your, don't I have you guys all up in your, I thought I had you up at the cords. Turning in.
I thought most of us were.
The only one who wasn't was, Dorion. And of course, yes, the rain. Dorion, hammering away down in the forge all day, all night for a little while longer, cranking out his masterpiece, allegedly.
Nice. Yeah. So who's with Yawin? Or I mean,
I had you guys all you guys all returned up to the cords. That's where I had you physically placed. I'm not sure why you guys were all up there. But all of you except for Dorion. We'll just say you guys are all there, grouped up. And Yawim had said, I'm going to go talk to Augur. So he was with Augur for the last little bit. And then kind of quickly, he's like, leave the two capitalists. Let us sort out our enterprises that we're going to do here. You all leave. And that's why I think you guys were up at the cords, because they basically shut and locked the door. And it's just the two of them had this discussion kind of off screen. And quicker than you guys were expecting, Yawin has approached you. He came up to you just now and said that it's over. It's finished. The deal is done. And he was going to go back to the inn.
Okay. Could you elaborate on what the deal is, Yawin?
Come on down, and anyone come on down. We'll talk about it.
Okay. I'll go with him and
Yeah, I'll
discuss.
stand up and follow.
See where
Curious to see.
Yeah.
Stronghold comes in play. Future
Okay.
brewing place.
Yeah, so in the darkness, you guys kind of walk along down here, and you guys come down, and you come inside the establishment, and there's a bunch of Galdanes off to the side, drinking and just doing their evening ritual that they do. Augur's there. Yawim strides in like he owns the place, and his short little halfling body there, well, not halfling, but dwarven self, goes right around the bar like he owns the place, and he hops up on a little step stool so he can see over the bar, and he's just kind of nodding and looking around, and he's like, I'm going to have to make some adjustments in here, but I'm going to make this thing mine quicker than you can imagine. He's like, come here. Come sit. He beckons all of you to the bar, and he, now he's standing up on a little step stool so he can now lean on the bar on his elbow, and Augur the giant, of course, is there, and he like leans in on the bar, and Augur's not looking not pleased, but not angry either. Just kind of like resigned, I guess.
Satisfied enough in the deal, huh?
Yeah, he just looks kind of resigned. Like I said, he doesn't look angry or anything like he got ripped off, but Yawim's just doing all the talking, and he's like, all right, in my new establishment here, I've got the mill, I've got the brewery, and I've got the inn. and Augur has agreed to be my partner, and I will cut him in on he laughs. He's like, he says a third, I say 1/4, and like Yawim laughs and Augur doesn't laugh. You know, he's like, he says a third. I told him he'll get it. I'll give him 1/4 of our proceeds, and Augur, I speak the truth, yes. And Augur, he stands there and he's just like, he doesn't really want to say anything. He's just like, yeah. And then he's like, because he's like, you tasted my brew, didn't you? You tasted it. And Augur's like, yes, it is the best beer I've ever had. Like, this, I want that. This was my place. This has been my place for generations, but I've never tasted ale as good as this. This will make a fortune, and I'm either gonna fight it and lose, or I can join and get some of the proceeds here. I can't not. There's no way I can. It's unbelievably good. He's like, so we're partners, and Yawim's like, he's like, you're my partner. You know, he just tries to keep like kicking him down a few pegs.
Dang.
But Yawim is like definitely satisfied and pleased, and you know, Yawim had all the leverage with all this because he's the one that has the product. No one else has it as of right now. He's the one that has it, and since it's so good, there's no fighting how good it is. It's the facts are just the facts. So as of right now, Augur's resigned, but at the same time, he stands to, if he, you know, just zooming out a little bit and looking, it's like if Augur actually puts in some effort here and tries to help, then he stands to personally make that much more of a fortune, you know. So he's personally vested in this thing succeeding, and it's in his best interest to try to, you know, help this thing take off as much as he can, even if his name isn't, you know, the famous one on top of the marquee or whatever. You know, so just from a cold, pure business calculation aspect of it, it's a deal he couldn't refuse. He's not too happy about it, but maybe he will be one day if he's ridiculously rich.
Yeah, right.
Right. So, since the waterfront mill technically belongs to us, does that mean we get a cut of this too?
Does it belong to you?
Yeah, it was given to us.
Was it?
It was.
I don't think.
Yeah, I thought that was like
You're
kind of
to
conditional.
give to
He kind of
us.
asked, yeah.
Got rid of the problem.
It was kind of our like, you know, repayment for bringing the sword or something like that, right?
Right.
With horses, I think.
Along with my shiny new buckle and shoes and all that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You facilitated this. You're the ones who. Well, I will say, like, Yawim, you know, so he's very pleased, and you know, he's very pleased, and Augur's accepting of what's going on, and one of the details he tells you is, you know, he's like, this town, quote unquote, here, Augurville, it's not even really a town. He's like, look around here. First of all, it was decimated, and it's slowly getting rebuilt, very slowly. But these armies here, I mean, my only concern about setting up an establishment, or two, he says, he holds up two little fingers, twofold. One, these people aren't even going to be here forever because this is an army, and it's its itinerary. It's a group that travels with it, support group. This army is going to march whenever Zertorm's ready. This isn't even going to be here. This is a bunch of nomads. So yes, I'm able to set up here. I'm allowed by the Lord, and Yahweh doesn't even know the guy's name. The Zertorm, the gracious Lord here has let me set up. That's excellent, and I do feel very much more protected here. See, with this army, and I'm definitely more protected than I was at the Hollows, and you facilitated that, and there's no question about that. But from a business, these people aren't even going to be here. Do we know even how long they're going to be here before Zertorm decides to up and march this army west? I don't know that. So that's one issue. And the other issue, he's like, look around here. There aren't... If we're going to, like, build out this, and get a real... he doesn't use the word stronghold, but if we were going to, like, really build and, like, get some infrastructure going here, he's like, look around here, and he's just kind of gesturing broadly to the area that you guys are in, like around Amber's Peak. There isn't a lot of construction materials for, like, stronghold building. There's not... I mean, there's some stone. There's not a lot of... I would say what you see in these... Because on the hex, it's like a plains hex, rolling plains, grassland. That's what it is. All around you guys. If you look on the... We'll zoom out on the old standard map here, just for briefly here. So we'll come out here, and you guys haven't explored actually too much around here. I mean, a fair bit, but
Still nighttime, so we can't see anything other than.
Oh
where
no!
we're at.
Oh really? You're supposed to be able to. I had to redo it. Can you guys see anything?
I can see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can see Amber's Peak hex.
oh
Yeah,
man.
just-
Okay. Okay. Well, here, that I had a thing where the map thing messed up, and so I had to drag it along. And when I do that, I had to reset the fog of war. But I'll quick. So when I move you guys, you see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just I'll briefly move you guys around to spots you guys have already been in the past. All these little hexes that I put a little white dot. These are places.
Those are still there.
Yeah, these are places. Yeah, I put these down so in case something like this
Weird
would
that
happen.
I can see it and they can't.
Yeah, it worked on some, like when I wiped it, I actually went and dragged this thing around every place you've been, and it looked like it was updating all of your guys' individual whatever clients, but I guess not. But I'll just give you a quick little, yeah. So and then you guys came on the river from the Hollows. You guys came this way. There's the Hollows. Anyway, so that's a brief... there we are. These are all the spots. Now, do you guys have a general idea of Amber's Peak area? You guys all see it? Okay, so... And you guys were actually on top of the hill, or you were on top of the castle at one point looking around, and I know I would have told you, when you're looking around in every direction, if you guys look to the west, you do see the river leaving Amber's Peak going to some great lake. Yes, but other than that, and then the swamp is to your north. You guys came from the swamplands, remember, with the Saurians. Other than that, every direction you look for, basically as far as you can see, is grassland, is plains. That's all there is out here. It's like a huge, enormous area. And so, having said that, there's enough materials here. Also, we'll zoom back in. So there's enough. What Yahweh is getting at here is there's enough material here for building kind of rudimentary things, but there's not enough lumber supply. Specifically, there's not enough lumber supply to do any kind of like real building because you just don't have it here. Not all hexes have every supply. There's
we can bring it along the river, can't we?
You can, but you need to find a source of wood, and so you don't know. I mean, you
came from a giant forest, so.
Well, I was gonna say when you're on top of the hill, when you're on top of the castle, because again, each hex is 10K, like 6 miles. So you're whatever, however many 30, 40 feet up on a mountain or on a castle. I mean, I would say you could vaguely look off into the distance, and you could see that there's forest, some sort of vast forest to the south. It's hard to maybe estimate how far away it is, but that's the closest source of like actual lumber. Whether it's connected by river or not, you don't know. It'd be, but what he's saying is that if we want to be building here at Amber's Peak, first off, one, is that even wise? Because if the army up and leaves, then there's not going to be anyone even here. Period. You know, he's going to have Yalom is going to have to move. Yalom is going to want to move and stay with Zertorm, the one protecting him. If Zertorm decides tomorrow that it's time to march, now what? So that's an issue. And then the materials issue. Stone, there's stone here. You don't see a quarry, but there's raw materials here. So you know, that's the kind of feedback that Yalom's giving you about the prospects of, I would say, the challenges and kind of the obstacles you would have to really building here at Amber's Peak.
What's going to keep people there? What's going to bring people in? What's the prospect in future?
Yalom, for what Yalom has said this, I'm sure, because I look at the map all the time. Yalom is under the impression, though he doesn't know, he's under the impression that he'll be able to sail rivers and seas and get to places, you know, all over the lands, that they're all connected via waterways. He doesn't know that, though, and he doesn't know how to get there. He's like, we're on a river here. All rivers lead to the sea. I know it goes out. I don't know exactly how, but that's going to be how we get around, and then how we're going to get this enterprise off the ground and just deliver this brew of deliciousness.
Well, while the two armies are here, you can make it quite the nice little nest egg to start the expansion.
How do
you were
these?
planning on shipping by river anyway?
Yeah.
I think
And
so.
being by
That's
the plains, does that open up opportunities for farming the barley?
yeah. There's plenty of farmland for sure. The crops, the crops and the stone, those materials are adequate here. I would say they're an adequate supply. I'm just saying, mechanically speaking, in this hex here of Amber's Peak, crops, food, and stone, yes. Wood, no.
Lumber.
Yeah, wood. The player's handbook calls the raw material wood, but yeah, lumber. There is none here. None for any kind of like real building. Not really.
So there was the forest next to the mine.
So what is that
The
one?
stone
And we
loom?
passed some forests on the river
Yeah.
before we jumped off and crossed by land.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah, I feel like
so Yawim tells you these. I mean, I'm not saying he has objections and saying no, but he's just pointing out some of the logistical kind of problems that he foresees having here, and he throws them to you, and he looks at you all kind of one at a time, and he's like, what do you think about these things? Does that change your thoughts, or what do you think? He's like, he puts his hands up. I'm indebted. I am absolutely indebted. You guys delivered more than I could have hoped. I'm just trying to tell you what I honestly foresee as kind of hiccups to this grand plan we have here. What's your response?
I would tell
Well,
him. Go ahead.
We're hoping that we can find solutions to some of the problems, and well, we could evaluate if it's worth investing a lot of time to build up the facilities here to expand and ship by river as you wish, or if we put less effort into this while scouting out other areas for other cities to find if there's a location with a better combination of resources.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would tell him. you know, your concerns are valid, but let's focus on the here and now, and we'll try to plan for that, for your concerns, and seek out options to overcome that. But take advantage of what you have right here, right now, and you can develop another place, another somewhere else soon. I
If
don't
you
know.
know of other towns,
You know
On
of
the
other
river?
towns?
yeah, because all we got to do is
And are there other towns up and down the river?
get the word out and the demand. Plus, isn't there some forest? Well, I think most of that forest north burnt down, right? The one with the harpies.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
that was
yes, it
just
was.
that was like, yeah, that was one hex worth of forest because there's a patch of forest near Towan Village. Yeah, and actually all up in there, there's lots of woodland, but that's a long ass ways away. But yeah, there's forest up there you know about. And you can see forest to the south of you somewhere, but you can't really gauge how far away it is, but it's, you know. And then yeah, the other forest you were in the deep dark forest of the forest surrounding the Stone Loom mines. Actually, wait. Doesn't one of you own? Aren't you carrying a map?
I know there's a player's
Me.
map you gave us.
Yeah, one of you has it in your gear or whatever. Yeah, player map.
Yeah, that's me.
Is that can here? Let me find that thing. Map, player map, view, show. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so we all know where we're at now, right? Roughly.
Trying to find it.
Did I send it to the to the? We'll all see it now on our screens.
I
Yeah.
can see it.
You don't see it? Okay.
Yeah.
Show players.
Ooh,
You should see it.
Yeah,
see
I can.
player. Player map.
Where are we at? Are we right?
We're right
now?
here.
Okay.
Yeah, I see lakes and mountains and stuff, but I do not see cities labeled.
Yeah, this isn't like a. Again,
check it
this
out.
whole lore of this place, there isn't hard data that's like Google Maps. Like it's either, it could be wrong. It's based on hundreds and hundreds of years of people being like isolated in their little pockets and like stories getting around. And now just here recently, the land has opened up because the blood mist is gone. So this is the scale and accuracy of this is not 100% certain, but
I love that part of it.
yeah.
It makes it
Yeah, it's a cool drawing.
So yeah, all the stuff here, I mean, I don't know if you can see where I click. No, you can't, but like so you guys were in the arena forest. That's where Stone Loom was. So like that
Okay,
mountain and then it's all surrounded by that forest. That's where Stone Loom was. Just as a reference.
Kind of off to the south east of that arena forest, right?
Yeah.
So south of that is the Hollows, correct?
Uh
Or maybe kind of more to the northwest, southwest.
Here. We'll just do this real quick. We'll go back. Just since you guys are all logged in, because you all have to be logged in for this to work with when I updated the map. All right. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I see it. We're like northwest of the shroud, essentially.
that's what it was.
Okay. Those are all the hexes you guys have been to so far. And when you like just rapidly run through it that fast, I mean that doesn't even seem like that much. But like we've been playing this game for a year and a half. That's crazy.
Hey. We're gonna be one
That's
of those
amazing.
old nerdy groups. Been playing for 40 years.
Gonna be. We're all right.
So yeah, having now that this part of the map's exposed, now when you look at that player map, you know, now you'll see you get a rough idea of kind of where you guys are at.
Lush.
Now, with that in mind, I'm trying to click on the comments when I open the player's map, and it's not coming up.
Comments?
Yeah, I had shared it to the chat.
I don't see anything. Oh, comment. I see. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So I think the only way I've ever been able to see the map is if Mike shared it.
Yeah, I think that's.
No, with Mike sharing it, you were able to. I think it's in this module pop out feature.
Oh
You
yeah.
can pop it out and open
Here,
it
I'll-
in a new tab, and then it's huge. It's awesome.
Yeah, here. View item artwork, and I'll share it again. Show players. Yeah, and then there's a little button along the top that says pop out. You can do that, and it will just put it in its own little window that you can minimize and throw it. You know, get it out of your way, and then you can open it later on.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah. That's
anyone.
what I do for all my character sheets.
Yeah,
It's really
anyone who
neat.
wants, yeah, pop out's awesome. So yeah, if anyone feel free to do that. Here, I'll do the same thing here. All right, so what are we saying to the brewmaster here? You said that's all well and good, but why don't you just
Yeah, I was essentially saying, let's focus on the here and now, and we'll try to plan for the future the best we can.
fair enough? Yeah,
I mean, that's my 10
there's. I have goals: short-term goals, medium-term goals, long-term goals. Short-term goals is get all these army people drunk and start making money.
Long-term goal: kick Zeratorm out of his castle, take his
Dang.
place,
Yeah.
take out the warehouse and the storage and that thing.
Augur's just like staring daggers at you. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, dude, come on, get on board.
Go up to Zeratorm.
I
It's
don't-
like you're sitting in my seat.
Oh, that'd be bad.
I don't think he and his
Yeah.
dragon would agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're sitting on my dragon.
Oh. Yeah, go all the way.
Yeah, with my 0 animal handling skill.
Well,
Make a
ultimately, it's not like we can sit here and build this empire with you. There are other tasks that we will have to accomplish.
Gotta take steps. Gotta take steps.
However, we can take samples of your brew
Spread the word.
along our travels.
Let everybody
Absolutely,
know
absolutely.
Where to go.
And I shared that batch that I got from you when I gave you the ice.
Mm-hmm.
I shared that with the Cords, so they're also aware of what is to come.
Some of the Galdanes overhear you and they look over. They're like, "What? Like what? There's gonna be cords in here? What?" They don't say anything, but like the ones that are sitting at the table closest to you guys, they hear you saying that about that, and they're like, "Oh," they have this just sour look on their face. They're not happy with hearing that.
We give them a taste. Do you have any give a sample out?
To the Galdanes,
Oh,
No, I'm talking to Yawim, see if, because I mean, as soon as they taste it, who isn't gonna come to this bar to get beer from Yawim?
no, that's true. That is how it's gonna be for sure.
You could do like a smoking, non-smoking section, but Aldanes in them.
Huddle up the cords in there.
No segregation.
Voluntarily.
Yeah. All right. So what are we doing? What do we want to do for the rest of the night? Do you want to just drink and be merry?
6 p.m.,
Well,
right?
I'm waiting for the next day to go make, let's see, learn the bowyer skill.
Ooh, yeah.
I propose to Yawim
Mm-hmm.
that having both the Galdanes and the Cords in this bar drinking, it could
What do you mean?
possibly be volatile.
Or it could be a
However-
wonderful source of entertainment.
However, that's what I'm saying. We create a dueling pit for these two drunks to go in, and then you can also take bets on these fights. And then you win twice.
I love it. Don't fight it. Embrace it.
Is that part of the functions? I'm looking in the functions. Did you look in the functions of the stronghold? You can make a fight pit or something.
Is this of the new material?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm just looking
It's
if there is something like that.
Does the new material, does that supersede and like kind of envelop?
It either
original content?
it kind of expands on it from what it says. It like fleshes it out and just gives more meat to it. Yeah, I don't know if it's a direct contradict because that's why I gave it to you guys to look at to see what you thought. Yeah, a lot of like the starting of it says this is kind of like fleshing out stuff here and making it so. Yeah. So you bring up. Do you really tell them that about the Fight Club?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Well, so
I mean, you're telling Yawin this, or
well, Augur's right there too. I would say Augur's like that might not be smart. I don't know if Zertorm wants his army fighting each other.
It wouldn't be a battle to the death. You know,
With that ale
it might-
involved,
it might create a more friendly, with you fight each other, they might become more friendly afterwards. You never know. And also you could put down the rules that if you are to try to and or succeed in killing your opponent, then you
win
will
twice as much.
you'll be forever banned from the bar and you will not be able to drink Yawim's
Yeah.
brew.
maybe start out with like a poker tournament, instead of
boring.
Arm
that would
wrestling?
seem less likely to draw Zygrapher's wrath.
Arm
He
wrestling.
disagrees with the.
Yeah, arm wrestling. Yeah.
Well, I would say
Okay.
give a manipulation roll to see if you can convince old Augur.
It's got to be some huge modifiers. Come on.
Hang on. Let me get my adventure sites. Augur. I got my Augur out. Yeah, let's do a straight roll. Okay. No
Oh, a straight
success.
roll?
Well, you just did a straight roll.
Yeah.
You roll. I mean, you laid it out fairly logically. So roll just down in the chat there. Just roll 1d6, giving you an extra die. So basically, giving you a +1 roll just to see. Just give me a 1d6. No successes.
Do I get to push?
If you want, you can. Yeah. Hurt yourself. Dang it.
Beautiful.
So
Can we jump? Can other people jump in on this? Like try to convince him?
I'm sitting back. I'm kind of like, drinking my beer and like, this is the bad idea.
He's like, look, it's not up to me. It's my he goes to start saying it's my establishment, and then Yawim's like, he's like, it's our establishment, yes, but these are Zertorm's people. If you want Zertorm's people hurting themselves voluntarily or whatever, you have to ask him. We're not going to be any part of that.
Yeah, you be the person to go up and ask him.
You're all his augurs. Like, you've been over there and you've spoken with him yourselves directly now. You seems like you can get an audience with him whenever you want. Go, feel free. We're not the ones to answer that. If he allows it, then of course we'll set that up here. That Yawim's like, maybe like rubbing a beard that's not there, but he's kind of like on his clean, smooth. But he's like, He's like, yes, that does seem like a nice little side revenue hustle. So Yawim's definitely all for it, but Augur's the one, even though he's kind of the subordinate now, he's like, that's not for us to answer.
Let's say when they're battle training with each other, like when the Cords are doing their little battle training, do they not ever get hurt?
They're never drunk.
Does nobody ever get knocked off their horse onto their head?
As they're drunk. Yeah.
Maybe as a secondary business, he can have bandages and first aid supplies to a little nursing center in town.
Yeah. Nice.
He just,
yeah, right?
Augur just puts his hand up. I'm not the one you have to convince. That's the end of it.
So is Augur right there next to Yawim?
Yeah, they're both kind of standing next to each other behind the bar.
I kind of want to pull Augur aside and just kind of whisper to him, like, what do you want? What got pulled off the table in this negotiation? I feel like you're not happy with how things went.
Yeah, you gonna let this guy push you around?
Yeah, I mean, like...
I'm the 7th cousin. I'm the 7th generation of this place. But I don't have whatever the hell brew that he has.
You want to keep your dignity, and you want to keep your place, right?
I want to make money and not...
Okay. Gotcha. And I get it. I mean, this brew's awesome, and you kind of join him or die in the light or whatever. Yeah.
What do you suggest we do? What would you suggest I do?
I feel like you should maintain some of your I don't know what the word is, inheritance or your legacy you got going on here.
Heritage? Yeah, legacy.
Yeah.
Legacy.
Yeah, and I feel like Yawim, should sell his beer underneath your name, but like at least this place, this tavern and this lodging here should remain yours.
He looks around, it's a modest, it's like a bar on a frontier town, a little, he's like, this has been here.
His name, right?
This has been here for hundreds of years, and it's never been famous. The only reason this place would ever be famous is because of what's sold here. The only reason this place would ever get famous is because he brought this stuff here. I understand that.
Okay.
I can't say that now my place is famous. Oh yeah, and now his beer's here too. No, people would never have heard of this place had it not been for this. If he's going to start selling this here, and if this is going to be the home of this, whatever the hell he's going to call this product, I don't even know. But whatever it's going to be, this will be ground zero of it, and it will be recognized and remembered as being about his beer, not about my tavern.
Okay. At least, maybe we could talk to Yawim and make sure you keep your name. Does this tavern have his name? Yager's Tavern?
It's just called Augerville.
Augerville? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe at least we can maintain that for you,
Sure.
Yeah. We'll talk to Yawim. And then I'll make my way over to Yawim and just kind of let him talk, and I'll look for a good spot to interject and tell him, like, hey, maybe keeping the name of the tavern the same, have your beer sold underneath it. I mean, all the split can be the same as far as profit, but convince him that keeping the name of the tavern the same will actually help him. You know?
Yeah, they've heard of
I mean,
him.
people like familiarity, right? They don't want to go to some new
Yeah.
place or a new ownership and like, I don't know. That's my.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
Y'all, you bring that up, and he's not really. He doesn't seem to really care. He's like, all those details will sort himself out. Sure.
Okay.
All that's negotiable. Everything's negotiable. Everything. I'm not unreasonable.
Nice. Okay. So what time is it? It's like 7 or 8?
Yeah, something like that. 7 o'clock, 8, 7, something like that.
Okay. And he doesn't have very much beer on hand to like pass out to people
Not
at this point.
not right now, no.
Yeah.
He just got here.
Is that like our mission or intention is to get everybody in here? Cords and Galdanes?
I would say he's kind of learning the lay of the land, and he's learning about these two different kind of warrior factions and their friction, and he's just getting up to speed on it himself. So I guess I'd say he hasn't really decided what he wants to do yet. You know, does he want to have like Cord Day, Galdane Day, or what? You know,
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
yeah, he hasn't like spec'd that out yet.
He needs something to bring him together.
There you
I
go.
agree.
Maybe
Is-
like a trivia night.
Oh my God.
Everybody loves a trivia night.
Go up to your window, go up to your whatever, your window that you're playing the Forge in, and click the X in the top right and log it. You're done.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna
Not a
like
big fan of trivia.
I'm gonna dock 5 XP from Dorian.
Ouch.
And then what would the trivia night be?
Forbidden trivia. Stop
Yeah,
it.
forbidden trivia.
Everything about Zeratorm. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
or what do we know about Palakis?
I'm gonna hold that against you somehow. I'm
Name
making a
this
note.
tune.
I'm gonna write this down. Joe brought up freaking trivia night.
Hmm.
I'm gonna find a way to punish you for that. You will be punished.
Oh no.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's awesome.
Okay, so what are we
What
doing?
else? So do we like are we kind of thinking that like this spot for a stronghold is not really where we want to be?
That's just him giving his assessment of things. You guys can do whatever you want. You guys can do whatever you want. Like without like breaking
United is
without breaking the rules of the game, and you guys can you guys can do whatever you want. Whatever you think is. You don't have to listen to these people. You don't have to listen to Zertorm. You don't have to pay any attention to this alleged war that's going to break out. You guys don't have to do anything like that. You guys can just pick a direction and go start walking if you want. You can go look for your own artifacts. You can go do whatever you want. You're not on some sort of railroad that you're only going down some plot. There's a plot going on, yes, but you guys can ignore it and do your own thing. You guys, I'm just saying, GM speaking, you guys can just decide you want to go make some sort of crazy tower somewhere, go find some spot on the map where there's nothing, and just go start building something, and I will start giving you problems to deal with. I'm just saying, you guys can literally go do whatever sounds interesting to you. If you want to,
we talked about this very
Did
fact.
anybody else finish reading Mike's the new handbook supplement? I only read half of it.
I did not do the homework.
Portion
did not.
and was in awe of all the tables for the castle
Yeah, they look
building. I
fun.
love that idea. I didn't
I
get
want to
really
go
into the
explore and find
stronghold,
one of
but
those.
Yeah, absolutely, right?
So it says in the player's guide, because in the player's handbook there's a section on strongholds, and it tells you it's much easier to find something than to try to freaking build a castle from the ground up. I mean it's much easier to try to go find some sort of derelict castle somewhere.
Takes your castle.
That's an option.
Occupied.
They'll
Yeah.
be short-lived.
But I mean,
I
just
probably
saying.
don't want to be close enough to him for him to feel like we're threatening him.
I don't know. He's
Nonchalant, just move in.
just keeping in track. Keeping in mind that you
Must
guys have faithfully executed on his will for months and months now.
Yeah,
He's
maybe staying in some graves to occasionally find him some artifacts.
sure if you
Mhm.
want.
Or-
If you even want him to have artifacts, you've
Yeah.
he's
Still
been
don't know if he's good.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been pretty straight up with his dealings with you so far, from at least what you can tell. He's not like, ha ha ha, go to the pits. He's not done that. So he's so far been seemingly straight up, as far as you can tell. I'm just saying, but there's artifacts beyond. These are like the four. These are like the main artifacts of ultimate legend, basically, like legendary. But there's other things. There's other artifacts. There's other crazy things you can find that aren't like world destroying, but they're still cool. There's
Yeah, maybe if we find some of them just as tools in case we get on the wrong side of some powerful guy.
yeah.
True. Didn't we
could
have a lead
also
on-
collect the other? Was it 4 or 5 legendary artifacts?
What was the question?
Wait, yeah.
Oh.
Was it 4 or 5 legendary artifacts?
I don't know if I told you.
Well, you did mention something about how many at one point.
I probably did. There's 4. There's 4 legendary artifacts.
Was Malagarn one of them?
That's correct. Malagarn was one, and then at some point, you guys, I think the cords on horseback, they all got fanned out across the Forbidden Lands, and a lot of them you never even seen again, so far anyway. But you saw one set returning, and they're like, "Oh, we heard," because you were supposed to either find out where they were or find out where they, like, get one yourself, and you found some cords. You ran into some returning, who said that far to the southwest there's a castle that has an artifact there, but they couldn't get there. It was too dangerous, and they didn't have enough people. But so you got wind, a legend. Allegedly, it's quote unquote allegedly, there's an artifact somewhere far down to the southwest that you guys haven't been.
In the far south, in a castle.
That's
Let's
what
take the cat.
that's what these cords heard from someone.
Yes. Yes.
That's one of the allegedly
castle.
that's one of the amazing artifacts.
All right, let's steal one of Yawim's boats. Make it back to the Hollows in time for the full moon.
Yeah, we want to do that. Yeah.
I like that
And
fact.
then-
Having a boat would be good. Fast track.
Dude, Yawin wants us to have a boat. He wants us to distribute beer.
That's true. Yeah.
Boom. There's our. Let's do
So I
that.
feel like now's a good time for the fact that he's kind of got a plan in place to get things going, and right, get him working on that, and we'll.
He's
head on
got
down to the
everything.
Hollows.
He's got everything he needs here. Oh, okay. I remember there was something on my. I was actually prepping this time. Normal time I never prep, but this I've been actually prepping now. So
We'll share the magic.
so he says, you know what I need. You know what? If this is gonna,
Got something.
well, he's like, if this is gonna be, and he's like, you know what? A real problem I have here with this place being, now that I'm here and I know what the lay of the land is. One of the problems here with the lack of wood is, how am I going to build all these barrels to transport? I need wood.
Ooh.
I need wood to build barrels. I don't have enough. I have all, and he gestures out to the, you guys all look out past the horse pastures and all that. It's just grassland and everything. He's like, I've got all the fertile land I need for growing all my special crops, and all that's proprietary and secret. I can I have everything I need to brew here, but I don't have any way to contain it and be able to get it shipped. I'm going to I need a lot more lumber and wood to build, if I'm going to build if I'm operating out of here, I'm going to need a lot more wood to all the barrels and all the boats and ships repair. I need a supply of wood from somewhere. Maybe you guys, if you guys want to be partners in this and rake in on profits, I need help. I'm the brewmaster. I can make this stuff. I don't have time to go out sourcing all these raw materials that I didn't really have to worry about in the hollows. If you guys can finagle me all that stuff, then of course you will be cut in and compensated well.
How far away are the hollows?
On the map here, they're not too far.
But there were woods between where we are and the hollows.
I believe that's correct.
It's just logistics of overland trying to bring back big lumber.
No, there was no.
You need water.
There was no woods that you saw, because you guys took the river from the hollows and you just followed the water most of the way. There, I'm looking at the map now. You saw no woods anywhere.
Oh, okay. Because I was
That's
suggesting at one point,
wrong.
hey, let's hop off and go hunting, but maybe there weren't actually woods there.
No. There was woods over when you guys were by the Twilight Gap trading post further west. That's all surrounded by the forest. But no, the line on the river from the hollows to Amber's Peak, there are no forests anywhere. It's all plains.
Now, what about farther up the river, beyond Amber's Peak? Is there a lake? Are there woods around the lake?
I'm just saying, mechanically speaking, you guys have been all around the lake, almost. Actually, not ever. You don't see any forest around the lake.
Yeah.
Where was he getting his wood from then? At the hollows?
All that stuff was. Well, he wasn't running a huge distribution empire then. He didn't have. He didn't.
Just using the same barrel.
What I'll say is like, if you want to get a distribution empire going, there's enough. I mean, when you look at Amber's Peak, it shows there being little woods and stuff. There's wood, but then there's industrial scale, massive supply wood. That's not the same. They have enough in Amber's Peak to rebuild the torn and destroyed buildings and stuff. There's enough there to do that, and that's why they're rebuilding. But there's not enough for building fleets and building barrels industrial grade that can supply it. You know what I mean? It's a scale thing. Same as in the hollows. When he was in the hollows, he wasn't trying to scale up and build fleets of boats and barrels. He was just brewing. There was enough wood there to supply his little kind of localized thing.
Okay. So.
Damn you with your good questions and make me come up with reasonable answers.
Let's just go pillage a village.
See, there's Dira. Dira's finally playing.
I was gonna say, we go to the hollows, we can tear his old bar down and use all that wood and bring it to him, and then just not say a thing, because eventually he will probably go back to the hollows wanting to expand. It'll just be gone.
I'm sure he'd be happy about that.
He wouldn't have to know for a while.
That's one choice.
And I'm sure What's-Her-Face wouldn't be disappointed to see it demolished.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how about we ask some people in the town which direction to go and how far away to the nearest source of large trees?
Yeah.
Just take all the poor people's homes.
What if we could employ the poor people for really low money
Oh, I was thinking we could
to find wood for us.
source the shroom brew to the orcs and have them use their own manpower or the slaves to have them start creating a logging company to ship us wood so that they can also get their own special brew.
Anything is possible.
We'd have to have a meeting point with the orcs.
Well, yeah, we don't want them to know where exactly we're at.
Because they'll just come through and...
The only orcs you've seen were many days to the west, over by Stoneloom Mines. That forest around that was like riddled with orc tracks and stuff, and you guys had a couple encounters for sure. You haven't seen any orcs this far east. I'm not saying they're not there, I'm just saying you guys, in all your travels, you haven't seen any sign of orc this far out.
If the orcs did try to attack here, it'd probably get screwed. Because Zertor and 2 armies.
Mm-hmm.
There's no forest to hide in. They're just open, exposed on the plains. Just that dragon would just lay napalm down and just nuke everything. Maybe. You never know.
Well, do we have any of the mushroom brew to go and try and
we do.
negotiate?
You do, all right? You have a... Yeah, you've got... Okay, so and then refresher here, all you people and your ridiculous animals that I'm letting you do. So...
Oh, by the way, I was wondering, would Zertorm be willing to give us a second horse like Jag in the cart? We could carry so much more
All
stuff.
of you guys have horses. I'm pretty... That was part of the deal. All of you guys had horses.
That was not the time.
I love how
Yeah, but-
Mike. I love how Mike was just said like all you people and your ridiculous animals, and then the very next breath, like Julie, it's like asking for another horse.
I own a war
awesome.
horse now.
Well, we maxed out Jag's carrying ability.
Yeah, we need more.
Stop carrying so much stuff. That's the answer.
We're
That is
hoarders.
the that is the
Have
cl-
issues.
that is the clear and correct answer. Stop carrying so much stuff, you savages. No, just give us more horses and carts. Obviously, duh. God.
Last game I got, or last time, yeah, I got a war horse.
Yeah, so Marcus got a Andy. Yep, you did. And it has a cart, right? Gear. Yes, it has a cart. So you have 2 war horses and 2 carts. I'm just telling you, you're not always going to have this. Something's going to happen. And now Tulip, the freaking war pig, is waiting to be trained up here. Look at that, the ridiculousness.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful beast.
Get her some war paint.
And so, okay, so sounds like we have inklings of stuff we want to go do. Now, as far as what you guys are up to right now, evening time, and Dorion is still slaving away down there in the at the old forge, and he'll be there till midnight, and then he's got just a mechanical thing. He's got till tomorrow. He's got all day tomorrow doing it, and then he's done with his alleged weapon of destruction abilities. So you guys, I'll say, so Yawam kind of puts a pin in it for now, and he's like, yes, this is all good stuff. Be my emissaries out. Help me supply get a source of wood that I can really scale up here and start supplying the Forbidden Lands like I want to, and you are definitely cut in, and you will always have brew free of charge forever. And think on it and let me know what you decide to do. Now, please, I have to go, starting to pick up here the Galdane. These ones over here, these dirty ones, are getting a little kind of rowdy. I'm going to go put my foot down and see how I get on with these people. You guys have a good evening. And he excuses himself, and he starts going off being a brewmaster, bartender guy, him and Augur. And they're doing their thing, running the bar this evening. So
I could see us like walking away and like the Galdane's not knowing who he is, and you just see in the background him flying across the bar. Whoa! than
Yeah.
throwing him for interrupting them.
He's not. I would say you kind of maybe watch him for a minute just to see. Oh man, he's gonna get his butt kicked, and he did kind of a, because he's, he can be direct. We'll say, and he just tries laying down the law, stamping his foot, and there's the Galdanes kind of go quiet, the ones who are being loud, and then they kind of laugh, but they laugh kind of nervous, like, oh, what the heck, and they maybe show a little deference to the quote unquote dwarf. We'll keep an eye on that and see what happens. All right, so let's say if you guys want to actually do anything mechanical for the rest of the evening, we can, or if not, we can fast forward to midnight. Or if you guys just want to go do something else, what are we doing?
I'm gonna head to the cord tent that they set up for us,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay. Marcus is going to go check out. Anyone
Yeah.
else? I'll say you guys have time to do a training if you want. We'll let you spend time if you want.
Let's see, where is the Andy?
Where is Andy?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'll say he's up at the cords. He's up with Jag. All of your guys' stuff is up with the cords in the tents.
Okay.
Dira, what are you up to?
Well, I wanted to train, but I don't have an experience, so I think I'll check out for tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. So then I'll be ready bright and early for the billiard training.
Okay. Garrick, you up to anything?
I want to go help out, watch Dorion crafting his weapon.
Okay. Very good. So we'll put these guys here. We'll knock you out for some sleepage. Yeah. So then kind of zoom in here. Yeah, so the rest of the party goes and turns in, and Garrick walks down and sees Dorian and the other one slaving away. Take it away.
Oh, how you doing here, Dorian?
Oh, we're making progress. We're almost there. It's gonna be a masterpiece.
I assume there's some other smith with him.
Yeah,
or a
he has
couple.
he was working with one other guy who's like their best guy who's closest to being some sort of like artisanal crafter guy who makes like actual high quality materials, not just like 15 broadswords a day. Like he actually takes the time to try to make something like nicer than that. So yeah, Dorian's been down here working with one other guy.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, and I asked, how things are going with Master Yawim and the brewing and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, you missed out on that.
Get up to speed on everything.
Yeah, they came up with some sort of agreement. I think Augur's kind of getting the shaft of the deal, but he understands he needs to step up and compete, or I'm gonna take him in, or
Adapt or die.
yeah, adapt or die, yeah, and so that's what's going on. But I mean,
Nice.
Yawim shows concern of the future and like where we're gonna get the resources and stuff. So we're figuring that out. There's been talk in the party of heading back to the Hollows, or kind of southwest somewhere to look for some more artifacts. How much longer do you have on this? It's till midnight, right?
Like tomorrow afternoon or something.
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Can I
Yeah.
get some wood or coal or whatever that you guys need to keep this
I need a
furnace
cold
going?
brew.
Yeah.
Cold brew. Nice. All right. Can I get a cold brew from the tavern for him? Is that
Absolutely.
possible? Yeah, okay.
You get free beer for life up here.
Probably be
Yeah.
warm by the time I get it back to your thing.
It's the forbidden brew.
And being a dwarf, or whatever. I mean, just I need more than just like a pint. I'm gonna need like a,
Yeah.
like
Pumpkin
quite a bit.
points. Nice. Double pint. A gallon.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, it might be warm,
Slaggard.
half
Mm.
gone.
Yeah. It may not make it.
Little
Yeah, no,
backwashy.
I'll venture and go get him one and come back and yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
This is all still augers. It's not swill, but it's just normal, decent.
Wet.
Yawim hasn't set up and hasn't got his production going of his master brew yet. He's still like setting up shop and everything, but he's gonna start producing here in a few days or so, however long it takes to brew some batches. It's underway, but it's not yet online. The actual beer itself is not yet online.
Hopefully that's not what he wanted. Gonna get what you get. Okay. Yeah, I'll go grab one of those and bring it back for him, and continue to help out where I can to aid in his crafting of this master weapon. Yeah, man, gosh, there's really
Awesome.
nothing else I think I can. Should be at the moment. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, that's cool. Calling it. So then you hang out and watch for a little while and just watch these two methodically. There's nothing really magical about it. It's just extremely close paying attention. You do see some like innovational kind of design choices that you've not seen before. Garrick and also Dorian, this is like Uncharted. This is like new things that don't exist. And they're kind of experimental, but they need to be also functional at the same time. So I would just say, Garrick, as you're watching Dorian and his coworker here, like craft this thing and design it, and just all it is, it's nothing magical at all. It's just really paying attention and like fine hammer strokes and wit and just sheer raw ability of picturing this thing in your mind and then be able to forge it out of iron and wood and making it and all the link. It's I would say it's a sight to behold. It's really impressive seeing something it's not just something off an assembly line getting stamped. It's like forged like linkages and stuff by hand. It's a hell of a thing when you sit down and actually watch it. It's quite respectable. Very cool.
Nice.
So I'd say, like, do you want to just hang out there till midnight and call it a night?
Yeah. I'll leave when he leaves and heads back to the tent.
Okay. So if no other objections here, then I'll just say then you spend the rest of the remainder of the evening with Dorian, helping out, watching, admiring, honestly, the craftsman doing his thing. And finally midnight comes around, and it is time. It's time to retire, and Dorian is just wrecked and whipped, extremely tired, and it is time to go to bed. So he excuses himself, and you guys go up to the... Well, where do you go? Do you want to go up to the cords?
Yeah, if that's where you've been staying.
Yeah.
Dorian.
So as you... So I'd say, like, the two of you walk together. The other one returns to his home down kind of on the waterfront, and he's like, well, he puts his arm on Dorian's shoulder and says, "My friend, we'll finish this tomorrow. I can't wait to see. I'm so glad I'm able to help you do this. You're gonna like wow the world with this thing. I'm telling you, this is incredible. So tomorrow, we'll see it. Do you want me to gather some people? You can demonstrate it, or do you want to just kind of do it in secret?
Yeah, if you can
Maybe-
gather some fodder to,
What if-
sacrifice, kill
what-
with the first blow.
What if
To christen this weapon.
what if Zertorm came and watched? Do you want to like put on a demonstration?
Ooh, does that dude have that pole? Or,
No, he's asking you guys because you guys have talked to Zertorm.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to keep it a secret.
Okay, however you want to do it. Okay,
Agreed.
okay, yeah. Well, then we'll finish it tomorrow. I just want to be there.
In fact, I probably need to take this guy out. Keep
Yeah,
it a
that's what I was
complete
gonna say.
secret.
That's right. That's what
Ooh,
Dira.
it's like
That's the Dira coming out. Yes, we need to kill him. We must kill
the
him.
crafter?
secret-
Secret.
Yeah, the one that's been helping him all this time. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks, man. Now I
Yeah.
gotta. You understand the deal.
It's like a Xandor. No, shoot. Avengers movie? God. Where he kills the crafter or he puts the iron gloves on his hands. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah.
Betrayal.
Where the, yeah. Nice,
All right.
nice.
Well, then you guys return. So he's like, okay, yeah, we'll finish it tomorrow. You have a good night. I'm whipped. I'm going right to bed. So you guys return. The two of you return, and you walk past the bar, and it's pretty much closed down. No violence, no broken anything. It's just kind of it's kind of unusual in here. It's kind of quiet, kind of sad, honestly. It seems like a different era is blooming here at Augerville. If that remains to be amazing or not, well, that remains to be seen. All right, so now it's midnight, and we will now fast forward. Oh, I'll do my... It's been raining. Yeah, you guys are like sloshing up and down. I mean, it's been pouring for days.
Yeah. Nice.
Let's see what happens now. What happens now? Where are we at? 6. Yeah, so you guys pass out and come to in the morning. It's still raining, but much less. I mean, it's kind of just a sprinkle now. Maybe you see some like parts in the clouds where it's not as torrential of a downpour as it was. And you guys all emerge. 6 in the morning. Probably eat. Smart. You can roll a die, or you can go to Augerville.
Oh yeah, and pay for it, huh?
I'm gonna eat with the cords.
I like that. You're yes. Remember, yeah, you guys are welcome in the Quartz 10 as well.
Does that require a roll?
No. But if you don't want, I mean, if you want to be like a little isolationist and just eat on your own and not be communal for whatever.
That's not eating with the cords.
Yeah, that's what deer exactly. That's exactly what deer would do.
I'm gonna eat with the
What?
horses and pigs.
That's right. Yeah, Dira slept with the war pig the other night. That's hilarious.
Did I ever get to clean up, or am I still
Probably
pretty
record.
filthy?
You haven't yet cleaned up, as far as I know. I don't know if is there a dirty. Oh,
Ever.
that's yeah. Now you're dirty on the outside, not just the inside.
Making friends.
Yeah. So here so it's 6 in the morning now. Everyone's waking up, coming out. Another great day, but not as much volume of witness coming from the sky. And Dorian will be. I'll just say Dorian returns. He wakes up, eats real quick, and goes back. He's like, "Okay, last day."
Imagine I tried to grab something real quick and then head back.
Yeah. You're like, okay, you can see the end is in sight. You're like, okay, I can do it. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this thing today. And so he heads back. And the rest of you all have breakfast of whatever you'd like here. Now, what do we want to do? It's 6 in the morning.
So for going up from level 1 to level 2, it's 5 experience, right?
That is correct.
Okay. And then I noticed on my pack rat, it gives me the option to go to rank 4, but Robert's, it's only rank 3.
Oh, I can fix that. Because
if he doesn't need it, that's fine.
No, because there's a supplemental thing called Reforged Power that takes all the skills and all the magic and everything. It takes it all out to level 5, and it's like up to my choice whether I want you to be able to do that kind of stuff or not. And I said, and because like, what does Packrat? Send it to the chat. Packrat level 4 says you can supervise and help your fellow travelers to pack, increase all allied companions and animal carrier capacity. So I said that's cool. So I allowed that one in, but then I just had to update the old token here. So I'll do that with old Marcus. Standby talents, general talents, Packrat.
Is there a level 5 pack rat?
There is, but I'd have to look because you were level 3, so I'll put you to level 3. Level now again, keeping the real quick on the cost here because that stuff gets very expensive. Player's handbook, your adventurer, leveling
I can't
up.
hold near as much.
Leveling up, yes. Level 1, 5 XP. Level 2, also 5 XP. Level 3 costs 10 XP, and level 4 costs 15. I'm just saying. I mean, the cost goes crazy up because the stuff gets much more powerful. But yes, you guys are able to go. Level 4 was one that I said, yeah, that sounds good. I don't even recall what level. I think level 5 was something ridiculous. Like what? Like you don't ever have to. You can carry infinite things. Basically, it's something like I'm like, no, not going to do that.
No.
It was something like. I mean, it was something. General talents. Here, I'll just look it up. I have the Pack Rat, or maybe there's one that only went to level 5. Pack Rat. Oh. So yeah, Pack Rat rank 4. You can supervise and help your fellow travelers to pack. You increase all of your allied companions and animals' carry capacity as if they had a rank of Pack Rat. That's level 4. And then rank 5 is you can do that and add another 2 ranks. So basically, it's like your whole party never has to worry about inventory ever again. It's just kind of too... I'm already letting you freaking do that, honestly, now, with all your carts and war horses. So now I'm not going to, like, make it legal in the game by... That's what I freaking should do. Like, you want to, like, have all of you guys carry your entire armada and everything with you, spend 50 XP and level this up to rank 5, then maybe I'll think about it. But
yeah, I love that though. I mean,
it is cool.
There's restrictions or whatever. I mean, in real world logistics of like carrying that much material.
Well, this is real world. But I'm not just saying sure you can do it. I mean, you have horses and carts now. This is stuff that if you get into a bog down in a mire or a forest, I don't let you go through with it. You have to leave it. You have to spend time hiding it. And then what I should be doing is you guys are walking around the Forbidden Lands with this freaking treasure trove, and I've never once like tried to have bandits come and rob you yet or hurt you. I should.
No, hold on. Those Rust brothers came and stole some stuff out of our car.
That's true.
The Snake brothers.
When I remember to do it, I'm like, oh yeah, I should punish you for like walking around with like all this loot dangling off your carts everywhere. To be honest, it just never crosses my mind until you. But so yeah, there are. Yes, you can walk around with it with all these carts and war horses and infinite loot everywhere, but I have methods of taking it from you without just arbitrarily yanking it. Anyway, having said that. So Dira, did you have a question about leveling up then, Dira?
Oh no, that was my question.
Okay.
But I did want to level up Pack Rat.
Very well. So you want to spend the morning here ratting it and packing it? Loading and unloading.
The pig. the horse
Now, what about...
training.
Okay, yeah. So you want to do pack rat level 2. So, yeah, update, and then I'll send you to level 2. Very good. And I think when I do that, it automatically updates your gear thing. Yeah. Now it shows you can hold 10.
Yes.
Very good. I love how it automatically does all that for me. Okay, so deer is good.
We adjusted my pack rat. I'm stuck at 10.
Oh, here, let me fix that.
It was at like 18.
I don't know what it was at, but...
No, I mean, that's what I
So
remember
now you're at
being
10.
18.
Here, stand by. Stand by. Gear, talent, pack rat. Level 3. I see that. Why? Why? Yes, that's a good... I see that now. I'll just delete it. Okay, so when I delete it, you go down to 8. So it's doing the math right there. So now I'll add it again. Pack rat, talent. Maybe I have to go like one at a time. So pack rat level 1 shows you're at 10. Okay. Well, as soon as I drag and drop it onto your character, you go up to 10. That's good. So then I'll say, okay, level 2. Close. You stay at 10.
Oh.
When I do...
Did it update mine then, or...?
Well, I'm going to go to Dira level 1. Dira stays at 10. It's not working, actually. Unless I need to be... Oh. Hang on. I got to edit something. You can carry... So, plus 5. Hang on. Gear... Okay. I see what I was doing wrong. So you're level 3, so I got to go plus 10. There's a little modifier down at the bottom that defaults. So now I'm modifying you with plus 10, Garrick. There you are, sir. You're back. Okay, my bad. Okay. So Dira does training. Very good. Who else? Who's doing what
this
here?
Is like 6 in the morning.
Yeah,
Right?
I want to go. Yeah, I want to go head over to the place where the folks were making the bows and arrows.
Yeah. Oh, do your Boyer. Okay, very well. And of course, there's off in that corner. This corner's the swords. That corner's the axes. Here's the shields guy. Here's the plate armor guy. Oh yeah, here's the bow and arrow guy, the Boyer. And I mean, they know what's going on now. Like you guys, they've seen Dorion here all this time. Like, oh yeah, okay. We can't have too many. Yeah, spend the time and you can, and this guy will show you for sure. Spend the XP and the talent is yours.
Okay.
Let me get that for you. Boyer, rank 1, sent. All right, did you update your sheet with your XP there? I didn't see.
I just went from 6 to 1.
Beautiful, okay. Yeah, so now rank 1 Boyer, you can use the crafting skill to make ranged weapons from the table with normal stats. If you spend more in it, you can make stuff with stronger weapons. It's harder. Yeah, so the more points you put into it, the crazier and like more hardcore weapons you can make. Very cool. So that's Syl. Now who's next?
I don't have enough experience to level up. So
Okay.
I'm just chilling.
Very good.
Yeah.
Marcus, what are you up to?
I'm gonna be hanging out with the cooks, teaching them my scone skills.
Sconery.
Yes.
I'm gonna make
I
you.
don't got a whole lot of other stuff to do.
Okay.
I'm just hanging out until we decide to leave.
Okay.
Uh,
So I'd say
I don't
maybe
have enough experience.
maybe the rest of you who are like not training on something, you guys are all just kind of discussing like what, I would say like what are you actually going to be really wanting to do as like the next steps, like which way we want to go. I would say like you guys are all kind of discussing like figuring out what you want to do.
I'd like to go
Yes.
back to the tavern and talk to Augur
Okay.
if I could, if he's awake.
I'd say no. Well, no,
Wouldn't it be? I don't know.
would he be there at 6 in the morning? In the
Probably
morning.
not if he had customers there till midnight or
No,
something. then he
I
had
would
to
say
clean up.
like it's open. The place is open, and like there's a serving girl lady working there, but Yawim and Augur are not there.
Okay.
She says, "Do you have a message for him, or is everything all right?"
Yeah, so I mean, what I wanted to ask was, what frequency or how often does Marigold come in here? And like, do you guys, is it on the whim that she just decides to come in, or is there some sort of schedule that you guys can count on? I mean,
As soon as you bring her
how
up,
would that
this girl, she's like, oh, like, because she loves, I don't know if you remember, but this was like one of the serving ladies who was working when Marigold was there last, and like this lady's like, whatever, Marigold, like a Swiftie. She's like a huge super fan,
yeah.
and she's like, oh my god,
That
I
just
love
changed
her.
the whole game right there. Sorry that you.
Now, yeah, you lose XP for bringing that up, and then he loses it for bringing up Trivia Night. Yeah, she's like, oh, it's been a few weeks. She's like, how? She like stops to think. She's like, how often does she come here? Once a month at least. I mean, it's been a few weeks. She's like, hasn't been here for a little while. Come to think of it. I sure miss her though. I can't wait till she comes back. She's always so nice to me.
Now that I come to think of it, we gotta have her for the opening day, opening night of Yawin's beer being
Ooh.
debuted. You know, she's gotta
Yeah.
be here. Big kickoff. We gotta see what we can do to arrange that.
Yeah, that's something you gotta write that down, and don't forget. It's one of those little details that'll get slipped through the cracks unless you remember.
I don't know how we're gonna do that.
That's a good one though,
That's what I'm doing.
because Yawim knows her from the Hollows. She's been in his establishment in the Hollows, so she's definitely known. But where she is now, who knows? Does she even know what's going on with this whole transferring of the brewmaster? I don't know. But that's a good point. She's like, okay, well, yeah, I'll put in a word to Augur and see. Maybe that would be a great idea. I'd love to have her back. I hope she comes back. Dorion's working away. I think that's everyone, right?
I think so.
So now we
Hey,
will go ahead.
while I'm working, I want to try to try to get more information from this craftsman about, like the kind of work that he's been doing while he's here. Is he crafting swords for people? Is he doing stuff for Zertorm?
Yeah, he's me and my boys here. I mean, yeah, those cords and Galdanes, they do the bleeding, but they do a hell of a lot more if it wasn't for us. I mean, look at this stuff. We got more weapons here that, I mean, maybe Zertorm, he's like, I don't know. Zertorm's army here is formidable, but the amount of stuff we're making,
Cut out for a moment.
he's
Sorry,
got.
cut out.
Oh, what's that?
I cut out for a moment. I'm back.
Okay, he's like, the amount of stuff we're making, we can equip the cords and Galdanes through many battles. He's got to be planning on acquiring more fighters. I mean, we're making so much stuff here. I kind of don't know how we're even going to transport it all. I'm guessing we're going to have to make some carts to transport all this weaponry with us, which we can do. But we've made so much stuff here. He's got plans that I can't fully appreciate yet. But no, I've been here for months and months. All of us have been just cranking out day after day. We've got enough to supply an army, that's for sure. A true army.
It's interesting.
That sounds ominous.
Yeah, it's interesting. Potentially more people coming.
Could be.
Which will be good, right? I mean, they were talking to us just
More
going to
beer.
dwindle out. But hey, in the short term, going to be a good thing.
Mm.
What if this war somehow doesn't happen? That'd be great. Or it gets stalled to the start. That'd be good for us. So I don't know if we have any possible hand in turning that, but
You're the player
We need to-
characters.
we're just
If there's
fodder.
any sort of like singular people coming towards the town, we just have to kill them.
See?
Without any information getting in, the war won't start.
I need to practice on leveling up my executioner, so that would be perfect.
No, we want people. We need the business.
Well, I'm saying like a singular person, not a group.
Well, no,
If
I
they
got
come in
the
and-
morbid idea of we cut their tongue out so that they.
See how we're going and then we just take a turn? And now we're cutting off. We're detonguing random NPCs out in the woods somewhere. See how this.
Is it cut the tongue off, or is it cut the ears off?
See how it just like, going pretty normal, and then like the record scratch sound.
Would it be any good to cut their ears off? They wouldn't be able to wear glasses. That's
See?
about it.
Yeah.
They still hear.
Yeah, we'd have to like pour molten lead into the eardrum or something.
Oh my gosh.
This
What
we
the
are
heck?
thinking about
No,
this way
no.
too far. It's a record scratch and it's
Yeah.
like melting right now. Oh god, that's awesome. I love where your guys' heads are. I love it. 110%. You're right.
Would
What were we
only
talking
be
about?
people who look like they could be worthy war fighters.
Spies. That's what we would want to kill. 'Cause then-
Anybody could be a
Or
spy.
interrogate.
Just ask them. If they say
yeah.
if they say no, they're probably a spy.
That's what
Yeah,
a
there you
spy
go,
would
yeah.
say.
It's like the witch trials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
If you
drown,
sink,
you
you're a
were
witch.
a witch. Or no.
Yeah.
If you survive, you're a witch. If you drown, you weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, the problem's solved.
That sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, if nothing else is happening here, I'll say we fast forward to noon. Stop me if you want, of course. And Dorian, I would say, finally emerges, sweaty, disgusting, but kind of rinsed off in the rain too.
Nice.
And behold, now
I'll pause my practice so I can see.
yes. Well, you finished. We'll say the 6 hours have passed, so you still have completed your level 1 training of Boyer, and Dira's done with her pack rat.
So I give many compliments and thanks to my trainer.
Absolutely, he's like, you've done very
Oh,
well.
Pat's still in the back and like, way to go. Yeah.
She's like you can use that out in the field. All you need is some wood and a little knife. You don't even need a forge. That's very useful when you're out in the
That's
wilderness. Not a lot of gear is needed. Just some wood, a knife, and some skill. And now you have the skill. Off with you. Go to adventurous new heights.
Nice, nice.
So yeah. So Dorian, tell us what happens here. What do you do?
Well, yeah, I finally finish this amazing axe where it can extend out. Like there's like a button or something on it, and like in battle, it works just like an axe, but then like you can like sling it out, and the blades kind of fly out on the end of a chain.
Because it's spring
Here,
loaded.
here. Okay, here. So I'd say,
God.
yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, I love it.
Behold, I can see him like in the mud, and it's like pouring down rain.
Yeah.
Feel like that looks so good. That looks so good.
So,
It's not
is
exactly
it like the
what I
very
imagined.
end of it comes off?
The whole front, it was, believe me, the amount of time it took for this even to get here was preposterous. But no, the whole front blade comes off, and in like it's like one of those you can hold with two hands. And I'd say down at the bottom of the handle, that little whatever that is, a skull looking thing. That's like the mechanism so Dorian could like swing it and then like pinch here at the bottom and like activate it, or even if he wants to be that little thumb thing at the top in the center, that could be a button too, whatever. Anyway, you push one of those buttons and that like unlocks that front blade on the right with the chain to just like fling out, and it can fly out, I'll say whatever short range. It's the next range over, so now it's not just an arm's length weapon. That thing can fly out and nail people and do mass damage. And then you can
That's perfect.
like retract it. Maybe I don't know how we'll say you have to practice getting good at it or not. But
Oh yeah, I probably should.
because it's totally a new, it's a whole new, it's a melee weapon, but it's kind of ranged too. It's kind of both, depending on let's see here. Let's get your.
No, it
Let's
doesn't
get your.
look ranged. You can't fire something at long distance like a bow and arrow.
Well, it's ranged in the sense that you can. Well, I guess even two-handed weapons can reach. Yeah, we'll treat it like, because even staffs and spears, you don't have to be arm's length. You can reach it from short range. So we'll say that. Yeah, well, it's not a ranged weapon.
Yeah, that's a better comparison.
You can.
I feel like it's along the same lines as like a spear or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So it's a melee weapon that just has more reach. So yeah, we'll treat it as a melee weapon. I would say the fact that you're the one who sat there and designed it and built it, you can already use it. You know how to use it.
Well, I imagine during the development of it, we probably had to try.
You were
it out.
doing like test swings, behind closed doors, whatever. It's like all see. Now you're ready to unveil it, and so here's the party, and Dorian holds this sick, beastly. Oh yeah, here, let me give it to you. Dorian.
You probably do need to practice a bit. You remember the Indiana Jones movie, The Last Crusade, with the beginning where he's young and he's got the whip
That's
and
right.
he's learning how to use it and he gets
Oh,
himself in
yeah.
shape.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
I'll
Great
say
reference.
I come out of the blacksmith shop, whatever, with like a scar. Look at my face.
Real quick.
Inadvertently stab somebody.
Real quick, you're mechanically you're over encumbered now. Do you have a battle axe, your new battle axe, a shield, armor, and a dagger? Do you want to get rid of your regular battle axe?
Ooh,
Because you're over
The answer
encumbered.
is yes.
Oh
Right?
yeah. I think I guess what I was kind of
Insult?
converting.
You can put
I
it
was
on a
kinda thinking
cart,
about-
one of your infinite carts of holding.
Yeah. That's what I want to do. I guess I
You
was
guys
kind of
see the
thinking
image
that
in my chat? In the chat.
I'd be converting my battle axe to this.
Oh, okay. So
But
yeah,
I guess I kind of built maybe like a whole new brand new thing. So
we can say whatever
I
you
wanna
want.
Add it to the cart that George.
Yeah, which cart?
Just,
Which cart? Since you have multiple carts now, you
Yeah,
savages, you absolute savages.
I thought I had. I thought I
Seven
already
C.
had a battle axe in one of the carts.
You probably do. You absolute savages.
I want to have a battle axe in each cart.
Dude, that'd be
I
realistic.
like that.
To where
You-
we have like 5 battle axes and we forgot. Like, oh, I already have one of those.
Yeah.
Dad
There
tried
is
to
a
do
battle
that
axe.
before, but they don't-
There already is a battle axe on Jag's cart. There already is one.
Oh, there
Yes.
it is. Okay.
Yes.
Absolute savages. Enough with this.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to. You all are going to get robbed. Or
We've
attempted.
been robbed once
You already
before.
did.
There's
Again-
going to be a surcharge.
Yeah.
alright? Andy doesn't carry your stuff unless you give him like an apple a day or something.
I like that.
Yeah, right. The horse like refuses. And, like,
Yeah.
Uppity
Good apple a
beat.
day. That is a small
Got
price.
That's awesome. So give us a test. So we'll say there's like all along the forge here. They have a couple like wooden dummies set up for just testing stuff to make sure everything. Why don't you give us a test roll? So like Dorian has this sick thing, and like give us an attack, and we'll say you're attacking a wooden dummy target.
it will be all cheering him on. Go, Dorian! Show us what it's got.
Okay,
I don't know. I have a Scottish accent right there.
I know. It's always got to be. Why am I not?
Oh yeah, and then if you want it to have a name, you don't have to have a name right now. But if you want it, you can call it whatever you want. You made it.
Hey, look at that in the chat. It even has that image.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you do that? That's awesome.
I have wizarding ways.
Nice, dude. Man. Why can't I?
It's been so long since
Trying
we
to-
fought. So you go to
I
combat.
know.
You go to the combat tab.
Oh, I was clicking on the gear.
Yeah. Combat. Click your thing and then send it. It's been so long since I've tried to actually kill you.
I know. Well, Axe Fighter. I should have
Yep.
Axe Fighter.
Axe Fighter level 1. Whatever. You have like all this. You have all the. Good lord! Look at that.
Oh yeah. So satisfying. There we go.
Ford. Yeah, man. That's pretty. Oh no! And you didn't do your artifact die, did you?
Yeah.
Did I not? Did I not?
I don't see it. So when you here, let me look real quick.
Yeah,
So yeah,
the 1d8.
yeah, both of those. X Fighter one.
I did it.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it comes up. It comes
Okay.
up. Yeah, I did it.
Very good. Anyway,
It was that big one.
I had so many dice like flood my screen. I kind of like it was just
I
a
know.
ocean of die. Beautiful. Yeah.
Yes.
So you like whale this thing just like a casual shot and do 4 damage on it. That wasn't even that good of a hit, to be honest, but it was awesome. And
Nice.
and then you kind of. So how do you retract? So let's say you hit it, and then what do you do? Like just flavor, like how would you? So let's say you actually fire this thing off range style or the reach style, and it sinks into something. Then how do you what do you do to get it back? You just kind of do you have a tell us what you do here. Do you
Yeah.
do you do it to where you launch it at long range or the extended range? Let's say you get a hit and now that thing is bitten into something's armor, and then you run up and close range, and now your arm's length, or do you yank it out and retract it somehow and reset it? What do you do?
I imagine it's kind of like operating like a bullwhip or something, where you kind of fling it and it goes flying out, but it has a big blade on the end, and then you kind of yank it and it kind of comes flying back and
Okay.
retracts.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
okay. No, that's cool.
But maybe that combined too with how they have the
You can choose. You
like-
let's just say you can choose.
yeah.
It's your crazy
Oh,
weapon
new
of OP-ness. You can do it however you want. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I really.
So,
like
oh
that.
yeah, so as you launch into this wood target, all the forge people, especially the guy that you were with, he comes out and they see you launch this crazy, whatever the hell this thing is, and just bury halfway into this target, and they're like, oh my, they're just oh, that is. They're their eyes are just the dude who was helping you, his eyes are misting over. He's like, that's the finest thing I've ever even seen. That's amazing. And all these dudes are just yes. All these craftsmen are yes. That's glorious. That's the finest thing that's ever come out of here that probably ever will. Amazingly well done.
Nice.
So you've gotten mad respect from the forge masters.
That's awesome, dude. Is that am I building up my reputation points? We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That'd be cool if it had like, well, kind of. I could like keep track of each faction. Like with this faction, you gain +1, but I'm not gonna like the Forge faction of Amber's Peak. I'm not gonna do that, but they think they think you're cool, very cool.
Does a normal battle axe have a two-handed function?
I think battle axes are one-handed, but I think there's an axe that's a two-handed axe.
I just wonder if, like with Joe's battle axe that he made, if it
yeah,
like,
there's
if it
there's
has
a
two
weapon called
functions.
a two-handed axe, because the normal battle axe is a one-handed and he's got a shield. He's a shield.
Okay.
He's an axe and shield guy. He just turned this
Yeah.
into a thing. But there's also there's an actual two-handed axe that's got damage and stuff too. That's not this.
I mean, he has the option to just
Or wait,
use it as
or
a
wait.
normal axe, right?
Do you want this to be a two-handed?
Maybe have the option, right?
Well, I can't
Yeah.
change. I can't change the.
Oh, yeah.
if it's a one or two-handed, but
Well, but Dorian has a shield, so do you want to be able to use the shield also?
I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You'd have to like drop it.
You know, I feel like, yeah, I don't know.
Seems like that'd be cool if it had the option, you know? I guess in this game, I don't know if it has mechanics to be able to have the option to one-hand or two-hand type of thing.
Yeah, I imagine like like a mace or something like on the end of a chain. You know, you could swing it around and roll it around with one arm. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you can definitely operate it with one hand.
That's how I was thinking of it, I guess. Yeah.
But,
Okay, that's
but
fine.
Potentially, you can do cooler stuff if you were using two hands. I don't know. I think it should definitely be have the ability to. It's not like something you can't use with one
Mhm.
hand. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Maybe just simply have to add like a bonus or like an add a one or something. Or
Yeah, something like that.
that's cool. That's cool.
See, I
Cool.
want to.
Holy moly!
Trying to think of a cool name for it.
Maybe you'll do some epic feat and it'll kind of name itself.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
You'll name it in the first battle you use it. Right?
Yeah,
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, so like
kind of.
so Dorian was doing that with his weapon and did this amazing little kind of expo with it and wowed the crowds. Of course, 'cause that thing's badass. And he's been working on it for days.
Jealous.
Yeah, Dira's like, "Oh, I'm going to poke your eyes out and steal it." So I
Yeah.
Burning with jealousy.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a time commitment. I mean, that was like
yeah, no kidding. That was
that was-
amazing.
that was days and days. That was a long time of you not really
Long as
doing anything in this game except just sitting in there. And so you had to pay with
Was that like-
time.
Yeah.
Literally 2.5 days, right?
What's day one?
Did you have like some sort of counter or something?
No, yeah, 2.5. I gave him. It was supposed to be 4 days, but that's just too long and too boring for everyone else. So I cut it down to. I made it 2.5 days because that's why he had that helper. It was supposed to take 4 days. I'm like, I ain't got time for that. All right.
So, with smithing, that's just pertaining to like weapons and metals, right?
Smithing, crafting is weapons. Are you talking about the talent?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like
Smith.
leather work. What that would
okay.
be.
Well, hang on. Crafting. Hang on. Maybe I'm not.
Because I'm not seeing it in the talents, but I don't know if that qualifies
is that
under
one-
the smith talent.
Tanner, maybe?
Oh, crafting. That's right. Crafting is just crafting is a base skill in the game under the strength tab. That's right. Everyone can craft even without skill. Okay, that's what I was like. Yeah, crafting is not a talent that you have to learn. Everyone can craft. You can just spend points in it. So now that I remembered that correctly, yeah. So let's look up this. Let's look up this smith thing. The smith.
So it would be tanner.
What's that?
So it would be the tanner talent,
To
like
make.
Julie was saying.
Yeah, because
Like
Smith.
leather armor and whatnot.
Smith
I
makes
found it.
Smith makes metal armor, and a
She wants to
tanner
make a whip.
makes pelts into leather. Yeah. Leather. Yeah. Yep, that's right. That makes sense. A tanner would make leather armor. A smith would make metal armor. I mean, that makes total sense. Yeah. Yeah,
And then if
Dorian.
there's some
Oh,
spare
go ahead.
time, I want to be practicing with that sling and the throwing
Ooh.
knife that I got yesterday.
Absolutely, little. Well, if you want,
And then
then.
shoot-
Well, then, if you want, you just spent 6 hours from 6 to noon training your Boyer skill, and you got that talent. I should say the talent. Now, if you want, mechanically, you can spend. I would say if you want to like actually spend time practicing your marksmanship, that's a skill you can sit and practice. You're at level 2 marksmanship. It would cost you 10 XP to level it up to level 3, and you'd have to spend 6 hours doing it. That's how you would go about getting better with your actual weapons, mechanically speaking.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a good 9 or more experience points away from that, but that's what I'd like to get eventually.
Yeah. That's why trying to use your prides and stuff every session, if possible. I know it's not possible all the time, but that just gets you that much. That's much more closer to using to earning XP for this kind of stuff. But it's a long game too.
Gotta wonder how high people get. Right? Like on any of your skills. I mean, 5, 6, 7?
No, the limit is 4. I
Is
think.
your attribute that it's associated with?
No, it's in one of the books. I think.
But then the might, endurance, melee, crafting, etc. Don't they max out at 3?
No, they're the base attributes: might, wits, agility. Those max out at 4. It's in the book. Your kin.
If you maxed out at 6 and you had your kin and your profession, occupation, and you got both in there, you could max out at 6. Like I could have had 6 on wit.
Yeah, you can only pick 6, and that's kin, and so you can't just the race and the kin and the class dictate what you can max out at. Otherwise, you can't take anything more than 4. I'm almost positive, and I think that's the same for skill. I think that's the same for skills, but maybe skills is 5, or maybe skills is. I'd have to look again, but it gets expensive as hell for sure. All right, what do we?
All I read about was 3 for the skills.
I'd have to look. It's been too long. I'd have to review. All right, so Dorian is ready. Everyone is now ready to do something. What do we want to do? It's midday, rainy Amber's Peak. Yawim is in control of the operation here, but no beer has been brewed yet. I would say as you're standing here, you smell that disgusting fermenting happening. He's doing it, but it's not ready for sippage yet.
So when we had interest of like trying to take off and go to the hollows, correct?
You tell me.
So I mean, if that's the case, I mean, I like to go to what little is made of our stronghold and like prepare some boats, a boat for taking off. Gather some
like head down to the water.
Yeah.
You want to sail?
Yeah. I mean, isn't that our intention?
Yawim told you that if they're gonna stay here at Amber's Peak, because he doesn't know when Zertorm's gonna leave. No one knows, except me. No one knows when that's gonna happen. And so Yawim says, if I'm gonna make my empire here, there's no wood around here. I need wood. I need lumber. I need someone to source it.
Ask Zertorm to get his dragon to go grab a couple trees for us. I don't know. Yeah, no, I mean, we're gonna have to get some on our boat or something and drag it down.
Yeah, I think we could help Yawim out at least once by bringing them a load of wood from somewhere.
I don't know if that should be our immediate mission.
That's what he wants. If you want to get cut in on this and start making a profit, and even then, just because he's brewing it, he'll start giving you some money just for doing that. But then it has to get sold somewhere. He'll sell to the army here, but yeah, he's just saying again, there's short term, medium term, long term.
I guess even to put it in barrels, right, for the brewing process, he's got to have that wood pretty quick.
Yeah, he's like I said, and when you look, if you zoom out on this map, there's like trees and stuff. There's a little bit here. There's enough for kind of sustenance and getting stuff off the ground a little, but there's not enough wood material here to scale it to what he's trying to do.
Yeah. Marcus and Dira, what was your plan? You guys wanted to go to the Hollows? Right?
Yeah, figured we'd go back there. And according to the map, there is a forest nearby-ish.
By water?
Oh, the player map? Yeah.
The Shroud.
Mm-hmm.
That's a forest, right?
Well, that's what that symbol is. I'm trying to get the map again. Yeah, that's what that symbol... There's like a little peak in the middle of a mountain, and there's that little kind of circular thing around it. That's dictating... That's the symbology of a forest, yeah.
Yeah, man, so if that's close to the river, that'd be ideal.
So I'd say
right?
you guys come here and you guys return with Dorian and go, and now you see... I'd say maybe you guys are kind of thinking about heading back down toward the water, so you come down and you're like, oh, look, there's the watermill. And you guys see the watermill, like, oh, okay, it's like, it's turning, it's working. Okay, awesome. And then, like, the workers are going in and out. And you see Yawim down there, and he's kind of, like, making sure everything's set up right. And he's transferring from stuff from the mill into the brewery up the path a little bit. And his two huge boats are tied up there that he sailed here in. And he's like, top of the morning to you, go get me some wood. Take one. Take one. Go get me some wood.
Okay.
He's like, where are you? He's like, which way are you going though? This river only runs one way. So where do you plan on? Are you going to go find the sea? Where are you going?
I never really thought of that in like a
Don't think
realistic
about that,
world
yeah.
terms, like going
Yeah.
upstream.
There'd be a lot of
Right.
It
rowing.
can be done. People have done it for thousands of years.
Yeah, we
but
could do it. With
well, if we have a sail,
All of you guys are
Then,
sailors now,
sure.
right? Didn't you guys like all spend the talent to get the sailor
I
talent?
didn't.
yep.
No.
Or like plenty of you did. I was like, okay, if you guys all want to be sailors, go for it. That's
part
pretty
of me
cool.
just thought the river was like kind of like narrow and like
Sure.
not
It-
worthy of sailing on. But I guess
It can be if I want it to be.
is it big enough to sail on?
Depends on my mood.
The size fluctuates with the weather. It's raining right now.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be a little
it's
bigger.
been it's been raining nonstop for ever now. So maybe the water is a little high and a little motivated. We'll see. He's like, take my boat. Which way are you going? He's like, but bring it back.
With wood.
Bring it back with some wood.
It's made of wood. Just give
I'll definitely bring it back with wood.
Off you go then.
Why, Robert, do I think?
No.
What?
No. See how easy that is? You just say no.
I don't know what you guys talking about.
What? What?
Technically, the ship is made of wood, so we would come
Yep.
back with wood.
I know that's what I was thinking.
Malicious
too.
compliance. That's the best kind of compliance. Malicious compliance.
Malicious compliance. Yeah, I mean, I'm a full game. Let's do that. We got the between all of us. Hopefully, we have some sailing skill to be able to.
You do.
Yeah, just have
Navigate
3 of
the
you
done.
do.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All aboard.
Me and Dira do not. but I
Okay,
think
okay,
if we
so here's the
follow
thing. Okay. Are you taking both carts and all your horses? I would say no.
My cart's empty, so
Hey, let us decide that, all right?
Me, you
I would
will
say
decide.
no. No.
Let us make the just stupid
The
decision.
infinite horde is not all getting on a boat. What? You can take.
Hopefully we can trust Viridia's team and stuff to guard it.
Yeah.
I definitely don't trust our sailing skills. I'm probably gonna tip this boat.
Well, I mean, remember reading the rules of sailing, and reading even all that's in the player handbook. Sailing, it's kind of like leading the way. You know what I mean? And if you mess up on a sailing roll, then you have a mishap like leading the way where something happens. It doesn't necessarily mean you die. You know, it's just that's just a table of little mishaps. It's all in the book. It's nothing like catastrophic. You don't all capsize and die unless I want you to.
Unless you capsize and then your head lands straight on a rock or something and have
That's
a
right.
repeat of
That's
Joe's
right.
first character.
That's right.
Ooh,
Oh no, that was a magical ability that.
Yeah, he went insane from his own magic. Beautiful thing.
yeah.
That was like a peak. That was like a highlight of the show.
It was really
All right.
early on.
All right. So we're not taking everything. What are we leaving? You are forbidden from taking your entire thing with you on this boat.
It's forbidden cart.
The forbidden
I think
cart.
just what we have on hand and enough, just food and water supplies.
Just
Leave the horses, leave the carts. That's my vote.
All in favor?
Should we bring a couple lantern and lamp oil with us?
Sure.
All you pack rats. I mean, I think you have room for that kind of stuff.
Can we take, at the very least, a warhorse or the warhorses? We have 2 now.
I'm fine with taking the animals. But
They have a carry weight of 29.
that's because of the cart, I think. No.
I can carry over half of what a warhorse can.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. No, they can carry a lot. They can. For sure.
What can a normal horse carry?
28. So a warhorse can carry 28. And then if it's got a rider, if someone's actually on the horse, it can carry 14. They can carry a lot just by themselves.
Big horses.
Yeah, plus if we have to take this lumber to the river, we are going to want horses to drag that lumber back to the boat.
So we're going to need something, rope, chains, whatever, to drag it.
Something to cut it, harvest it.
200 pounds.
It's not Minecraft.
Axes.
An average horse should be able to carry,
War axe.
on average.
I'll punch a tree down.
That's right. You got
Punch a tree?
You got magic mishaps for that to turn it all into like whatever. You got mishaps for that.
Build a little crafting table and all your stuff turns tiny and put
There
it in
you
your
go.
backpack.
If I freeze the water in the base of a bunch of trees,
See?
it'll explode, and then
See?
all the trees will fall.
See?
Be sawdust.
See? You have methods, you have ways. Okay, so you'll take you'll take the horses but not all the stuff. So that'll take me a minute to do that, but so the horses can come. Very well. So the 2 horses and the people, right?
I mean, people as in just us?
All of you, right?
Yeah.
The party. Okay. All aboard.
I mean, we aren't recruiting some other soldiers for labor or something.
Unless you want to pay him.
Yeah, right.
You pay him so he's like you can take
They
people.
get experience.
You can take I can spare 2 men, pay him 5 copper a day.
That would be out of Yawlin's, right?
Yawim's paying them for this?
I can use them here. If you want them, you can pay for them.
Okay, are you gonna pay us for this?
If you come back with something, then of course you'll get paid.
We'll get reimbursed
Yeah, you get.
for labor.
You bring me what I need, and I will pay you. If I'm giving you these guys to help out, then you can pay for them. If you don't want to take them, you don't have to. I can use them here for sure. But if you
Five
think you need,
copper-
I got
How many days?
y'all,
Is it gonna take you
y'all,
to down-
y'all, just looks at you like, I don't know.
I don't know. As
Well,
fast as
how many
possible.
days did it take you to get here from?
Same
The
amount.
hollow.
Same amount it took you.
No, we got here a couple days ahead of you.
You got here like 1 day ahead of him.
Wait,
So that's like 5 more copper.
Because I could have swore that we spent 2 days before they showed up. It was the third day that they showed
Something
up.
like that. It's going to be either 10 copper or 15 copper. How much gold do you have again?
Dude, I got like 32 silver.
I don't have
Right?
any gold.
What
I
are-
spent it all on my war
That's
horse.
520
That's
copper.
right.
Am I wrong? That's a lot.
You got.
We
What I'm
just-
trying to say is, I know you guys have so much money that like quibbling over if it's going to be 15 copper or 20 or something. You guys are like,
The question is, do we really need it?
we
Yeah.
have so much money.
do you even need it? Do you think you need it?
Poor.
Okay. Well,
So,
that's the
What if
cost.
we just use them and then sell them to somebody as
See?
slaves, and then we get
See?
money.
See, Dira? That's why you're. That's
They
why you're.
died.
Exactly. They will
They-
never know.
They, died.
I apologize, Julie, for the group you've joined. I'm sorry.
No, it needs to get a little more extra, kind of like some, some currents going some opposite ways to get a little tension. It can't all just be, yeah, we need some like, let's murder people. We need that every once in a while to kind of keep it, entertaining.
Hey, I never said murder
That-
anybody. I'm
that's
just saying
right.
we sell them.
Yeah, that's way better. Way better. Okay,
They still live.
that's right. Okay, so do you want to take these 2 or not?
Maybe there's a better term for that, like contract
Okay.
now.
Ultimately, Dira can definitely afford hiring these people.
Okay.
Sure, let's bring them with us.
I'm not paying for them.
Oh, you're so good.
I'll sell
Oh.
them.
You got like
got the
6
most.
gold on you. I think you could handle.
Oh, I got 52 silver. We're good. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's bring them with us.
Yes, we can afford it. It doesn't mean we want to.
What?
That's the
What
point.
do you mean?
We're trying to make money here
I
Yeah,
have
well-
0 gold to my name. How are you guys so damn rich?
because we don't buy war horses.
That's
You
right.
didn't have to
No,
buy your
I mean-
war horse.
I think the fact is, if we don't have enough help, we aren't going to get the wood we need to even begin the transaction of our profit. So
There you go.
So,
I think-
since this wood floats, if we get
Stop
dry
it.
wood,
If it floats.
could
Why do they
we drag it behind the boat?
What is this Huck Finn action going on the little?
It's
What are we doing?
legendary raft.
We're
I vote we
Use
bring 2
that-
people along.
We are-
Dry wood to load wet wood.
we are
And so we
devolving.
can carry a whole boatload and then an extra trailer load.
Oh, now you want to be.
Yawam's listening to this spewing of the mental thought out. He's like, I don't want you guys to help me, actually.
I'm about to ready to cancel this.
Yawam's just like, please stop helping.
Logs float down the river all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, rafting. Yeah, they do.
There's a thought.
Contradicts your
Build
whole.
a dam across the intersecting rivers. We let all this wood float down the river into the fish it out and take it to town.
And watch, there'll be goblins that come in and intercept it. some
Ridiculous.
reason.
I vote we bring 2 people along. I'll pay for it. Let's move along.
Yeah,
make it
second.
under a week, and we'll just get her done.
Here, he's like, here, just pay me now, and whenever if you come back early, I'll give you change.
Okay, so 1400 and would you say 5 per?
Five per day. There's 2 of them, so 10 per day.
So
How many
70.
days?
1 silver a day.
Yeah, silver a day. How many days?
Go for a week.
7 silver. There's a deal.
Okay. I'll subtract 7 silver from myself.
Bring them back early. Bring them back early, and I will give you exactly what you're owed.
What if we bring him back late?
Bring them back late. You owe more.
What if we don't bring him back at all?
Get a discount.
Don't tell him that.
I'm just saying, things can be dangerous out there in the world.
He knows that.
So what happens if something unfortunate happens?
That depends, doesn't it?
When we get to it.
I trust you as my fledgling potential business partners.
Allegedly, we brought you here. Technically, we've seen more of the world.
Well, then where's the
Are we
near?
having this conversation
Well,
with
then,
them right now?
okay, world travelers, then go to the nearest forest and get me some wood.
I'll get your wood.
Prove it. On your way.
Load up.
At least.
So then you two, all of you, finally get on the boat with the 2 helpers here, and you start sailing down the river, sailing away from Amber's Peak.
Singing songs.
I don't know about that. I don't know about singing songs.
Don't stop
Never said it
poetry.
sounded good.
They taught us sea shanties
Right.
on our way here.
Now I want to sing a song, Marigolds.
Ooh.
You know the whole. It's not a Swiftie. It's a Marigoldie.
No. Just losing XP left and right.
What is a fan of a marigold? That's all.
All right, so I'd say so it's noon.
A Goldie.
I lost my little calendar. So we'll say we'll stop here, and you guys are finally on. You are on Yawim's one of his raft with 2 of his helpers, and you are looking for wood. It seems like, but maybe you'll just get up to something else. We'd never know what you guys are gonna get up to. But you are
Yeah.
you are on the river and heading. Well, from here you can only go one way. So that's the way you'll be going. You'll be
Are we
heading.
going upstream?
No, I
Like
think it's
downstream?
I think it's downstream. This is like a fount here, heading to this lake, and then it continues. You guys are going downstream for sure.
No.
Okay.
So from the Hollows to Amber's Peak was downstream, correct?
No, not all the way.
Oh.
You-
Okay.
I mean, can't you see? Well, no, you can't really see. Well,
I
more
thought
will be
from Amber's
revealed.
Peak further on. Okay.
More will be revealed. I'll put it that way.
I think we need to roll a die
Okay.
or something. Tell the direction.
Can we at least sail down the river and then like park the boat and get on a new hex? Do a little bit of exploring.
Oh, you little
Nice.
maximizer.
I love it.
You're
Okay,
opening.
so who's a sailor here? Sailor, send it to chat. Sailor, your survival roll is modified by +1 when you lead the way at sea. Okay, so yes, let's journey, please. Let's go. Someone lead the way and someone keep watch.
I can keep watch.
I will lead the way. Party.
Look at this, actual mechanics of the game being used. This whole episode was just like chit-chatting, but it was cool.
Dorian's just hanging on to the side of the boat. He's just
Sailor.
He doesn't
I'm
feel
getting
good.
Do I get any?
Sailor
Do I get any modifiers for keep watch?
No.
Ooh.
Straight
I got
roll.
2 successes. Yeah.
Beautiful.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. Now, when you did lead the way, did it give you a chance to like activate sailor mode or something like that?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. A
Okay.
little checkbox sailor.
Okay,
yeah.
very good. So yeah, you guys head
Solid.
this way, and I'm not supposed to give you credit, but we'll say yeah, you have here. Because I was gonna say if you guys are just sailing on the water, on the river, I'm not gonna count that as like exploring a hex, because the hex is like a 6 mile wide chunk of land, and you guys are like on the river sailing. You know what I mean? It's not the same as like exploring
Most
it.
of wildlife and everything revolves around the river.
But I'll give you this one. So yeah, you guys are on this hex here. Jeez.
Well, we can stop and go hunting or something.
You
Ooh,
can.
There's something good for dinner.
I don't know how much food we have on. Well, everything should be maximized as far as food as we left, right?
Not food, water, yes. Not food.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are definitely all maxed out on water.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are off. And actually, you
Nice.
can move 2 hexes in a quarter day, right? On sailing.
Oh.
It's like here. It's the same as moving on open terrain. There you go. So there's where you guys are at.
Cool.
So, is it always just 2 hexes a day, or can we?
You can put. I'm sure I'll have to review the rules again real quick, but I think you can, just like traveling on land, you can push it if you want.
Want to do some night sailing?
That's probably smart. Level 1 sailors
Yeah.
and all.
We can go by the map of the stars and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be nice and cloudy.
Not that we have to like, look for a path in the river.
So yeah, I would say like as you guys have been heading away from Amber's Peak, heading down this, and now, I mean, we'll say you're like right here, I guess. You're approaching this fairly enormous lake. It's a huge lake, actually. But yeah, so far you've all been coasting downstream. You've been going downstream from Amber's Peak, so you're there. All right. So you are on your way. You are on the
Can we go
water.
hunting?
Do you want to go hunting right now? Well, no, we can't because I got to update the clock and my clock thing broke, and that will take more time. So right now it is. Ooh, you guys left at noon, so now it's actually dark. It is 6 p.m. It is dark. So now is a good time to disembark and
Camp.
and yes. Let me
You're wanting to end it right now, so
yeah.
it's not
Well,
We can sleep on the boats, though, right?
that
Yeah,
sound.
just
I don't like the
pull
sound of
ashore and
that.
sleep on the boat.
I don't like the sound of that. That sounds too cheap, too easy.
Hey.
We're just gonna stop here. We'll figure all the details out next time. All right. Now we will do the XP real quick here. Your adventurer. Okay. For your scoring pleasure, did you participate? Yes, that's 1. Did you travel through a hex you not visit? Yes, that's 2. Venture site, no.
Thanks, Julie.
Monsters, no. Treasure, no. Stronghold, no. Pride, everything is no. You guys all got 2 XP for this session. Update accordingly.
Beautiful.
Very good, you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You are
I
on
love
the
the
water.
fact that we can kind of end the session and say a simple statement of looking for wood.
That's right.
Who had ever thought we got here to this point?
What an
Um,
epic adventure. What'd you guys do?
I gotta tell you, Mike. We all went to breakfast. It was
Oh,
a week
yeah.
from this Friday. Yeah, you weren't there, but anyway, we got talking. I think Robert brought it up. How awesome your GMing skills are, to where we never feel railroaded, and we always feel like, the player agency is so huge, and you can do whatever we want, and you facilitate that. That's awesome. So
Oh, yeah, my
thank
pleasure.
you for that.
Actually,
In,
yeah.
in,
It's been
in
a lot of
all
fun.
the
It's been a
crazy
lot of fun.
ways that it goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's been
Good
super
and
fun.
bad.
Yeah. Always remember, yeah,
Good
that's if I don't say it enough, you guys can do whatever you want as long as it doesn't like break the rules of the game. You can seriously do whatever you want. And it's
Okay.
yeah.
Future game. Let's go find a castle. Go explore it.
There you go.
True, yeah. I think
Love it.
that's.
Yeah.
If we want a stronghold, I think that's the way to do it. Find an
We should
abandoned
say
castle.
we have to have one. We can have 2, 3.
There you go.
Summer home. Winter
But
home.
again, peruse So for those, and there's been a few of you here that sound like you're like interested in it, and I think it's awesome too. I'm just saying, for those who are interested, look at there's a chapter in the player's guide. It's like whatever, chapter 8 or something for a stronghold. Read that. It's not that long. And then also read that document that I sent, the supplement guide, and you'll start to understand, oh, we need to have like money for staff. We need to have, if we want to, it's this whole, it can turn into this whole economy, and this, you can start building out all these features of it that gives you different skills and abilities and powers, and it's awesome. It's like a whole,
Just maintaining it.
yeah, and there's like maintenance costs, there's all this stuff that you can go as nerd Forbidden Excel into it as you want. It doesn't have to be like that either, though. If you guys just want to keep it more like, hey, we have a cool castle, and now we can rest here and continue on our adventure. I'm just saying, you can go into it as much or as little as you want. So, for those who want to like geek out on it, I'm all for it, for the record, and I will go with it gladly because I think it's cool. I've been looking at it when I have time. Just look at those and then keep that kind of stuff in mind. All right.
Okay. Awesome.
Having said all that, this was awesome. Good job, you guys, and we will see you next week or soon or something. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Someone had something going
Next
on. Oh, it was June 13th, right? Where we can't play, but June 6th we probably can.
Something, yeah, next
Yeah.
week's the 6th. I think I'm good. I just do what my wife says. I think I'm free. We'll find out. But
I think I'm good too.
okay,
Yeah.
we'll try it. All right, you guys, this was fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Have a
Bye
good
bye.
Take care. Bye.